Hey everybody, it's Taylor with Storytelling as Your Superpower. This is part 2. Today, or right now, or if it's a different day for you, I don't know. We're going to talk about stories as a means of connection and social awareness. So in part 1, we talked about how to use stories for self-empowerment. And so today we're going to talk about it for other people. And so I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see this little presentation I have ready for you. All right. So stories connect us with others, especially when we use empathy. If you haven't learned a lot about empathy, it's a superpower in and of itself. Oh my gosh, empathy is being able to walk in someone else's shoes and share their experience, even if you haven't experienced something just like it. Compassion is a beautiful skill and piece of awareness as well, in that it puts our empathy, our ability to connect with someone else's feelings, into action. And one way we can do that is to ask them to share their story and to listen. In that spirit, as a quick warm-up, as we do in these sessions, I want you to pause this video, and as your warm-up, I want you to write about someone you'd like to connect with right now. Maybe someone you haven't seen in a while, someone you've been thinking about. This could be someone in your life that you know well, or it could be someone who you've been thinking about who has gone through something difficult, someone who's experienced COVID-19, someone on the other side of the world who is experiencing something that you are experiencing right now. So I want you to take about 5 minutes, set a timer, have someone set a timer for you, and write about connecting with someone and why you want to connect with them. This will help you get out your feelings and how you think they might be feeling as well. I'll see you in a sec. Okay. Hopefully you did your writing exercise and that you felt your empathy coming up as you thought about connecting with this person. We are going to talk about other writing exercises that can help you get some of your feelings out in part 3 of this workshop. All right. So hopefully I encourage you to try to connect with the person if you know them or if they're within your reach. I encourage you to connect with them and hear their story. The power in hearing other people's stories and encouraging other people that we know to tell us about how they're feeling is that we can find connections. We share experiences with people a lot of times when we don't know that we do. And if we listen deeply for people's stories, we can feel those shared connections while also learning about the very big differences we might have with someone. We don't always share an experience exactly with them, but there are elements of who all humans are that we do share. We all know what it's like to feel sad. We all know what it's like to feel angry. We all know what it's like to experience joy. Right now, what's going on in our communities with COVID-19, with the Black Lives Matter movement, with LGBTQ issue. I mean, there's so many things. We just got through Pride Month in June. There's so many things that are unifying us right now, even despite our differences. So there are ways in hearing people's stories that we can both respect our differences and our beautiful uniqueness and also feel more unified maybe than we ever have before. But it takes work and it takes listening. Let me give you a few skills and tricks to connect with people. You can use reflective listening. Basically, that means being able to listen to someone and tell them that you hear what they're saying. It's basically a way of saying, I see you. I'm trying to understand your experience. So if someone tells you that they've really been struggling being at home so much during quarantine, you can say something like, yeah, it sounds like that's been really hard for you. It's been really hard for me too. I understand. That creates a connection right away. Try to listen more than thinking about what you'll say next. So if you can really stay present with that person, it gives them a sense of safety and a sense that you're listening. And then you can take your turn to respond to what they said. All right. So that really shows them the value in what they're saying. and just show people that you really care. I think the more that we can connect and let them know that we understand where they're coming from, even if we haven't shared that exact experience with them, there's power in sharing our stories. This goes back to the vulnerability thing that we talked about in part 1, is being willing to be a little bit open, not sharing too much, only sharing as much as you feel safe, but being able to say, hey, I've been in tough spots too. I'm open to hearing what you have to say, and here's what my experience was. There's so much power in that, and you can use that in your day-to-day conversations. And also, if you want to utilize telling stories or hearing stories to get help, if you need help and support, don't be afraid to ask for those things. Remember that stories are the ultimate connector, because in the same way that we like to feel heard when we share our stories, there is so much power in listening. So remember to ask other people about how they feel. Use your empathy, your compassion, your deep listening skills, and you will become a better storyteller and a better communicator yourself. I'll see you next time. And we will go into part 3 of what it means to be a great storyteller. And this part will be about journaling and sharing your stories as you go. See you soon.